Hello, welcome to my first Mardini live. It's summer here. Well, I think that the sound is okay. I don't know if someone is connected, so please, in case that there's someone here, just say hi on the chat to see to know if everything is running well. In the meantime, I want to just talk a little bit about this initiative that I decided to do this year. Just give me 1 second just to check something here in the OBS. Okay. 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 Well, glad to hear that everything is okay. The idea behind this is to share like how I create some of my entries for Mardini. That's the point. On the previous year, I had some people asking me about create some tutorials and content about my entries. But well, what can I say? It is very difficult to find the time to do all of that. Prepare like to record a lot of tutorials, and every year is around or in theory the idea is to have 31 pieces. I finished the challenge completely last year. The previous one I did, I think, 10 entries or something like that, and the previous one I did also the complete challenge. So well, here I am 1 year again. I like this challenge because it is a good how can I say it, a good method, a good it's a nice excuse. I think that's a better word, because it's a nice excuse to practice Houdini, to practice some techniques that maybe you want to explore but didn't have like the correct time or situation to try it, and also to do a lot of explorations with a pretty hard deadline, because yeah, a daily challenge is something that is not easy at all. Depending on the kind of the idea that you want to execute every day. I know that some people have like a different methodology for every week, for for every day. Like for example, someone aims to work harder in some entries than others, something like that. Of course, there are some requirements that might be more difficult for different artists. For example, I am a little bit worried about the cups and the kinefx week, because well, I want to learn more cups, and that's the idea behind this event, because it's a good excuse to find the time to finally take a little bit closer to that part of Houdini that maybe you didn't have the chance to explore yet, or to explore entirely, because we know that Houdini it's a very extensive software that mainly is used for 3D. So, well, that's it. I want to just say a few small details about the lives. Maybe the idea is to share like a moment, maybe around 1 hour or 2 hours of producing the piece. Maybe I don't want I am not going to finish the piece or the prompt entirely during the live. Sometimes maybe I'm going to start from scratch on live. Maybe I already another day I'm going to come with an idea or something that I already started, or just maybe I want to use the live to finish something. So, oh, sorry, something is very loud outside. But that's the idea behind all of this. Give me 1 second to mute this. Okay, so now let me switch to my screen. I want to also to share a few little notes that I have. Okay. Before I start, I want to also encourage you to check. Maybe it will be a good idea to open actually the Mardini website. This is my Notion page where I am organizing everything about Mardini. I want to invite you and to encourage you to check out the complete information about Mardini. Here on the website, you will find the rules, some examples, some very nice videos. For example, they shared today this video called Speedy, how to be speedy in Mardini, created by Mohim. I think that's how that's the correct pronunciation of the name. Which is a very good artist from Nine in Between. He produced a lot of tutorials and very good content for Houdini. So the good thing that I think that this year is very special because this is the first year I think that Side Effects decided to bring an indie license for the participants, but only for 2 months, which is very cool. For example, I believe that 2 years ago, something like that, I running out of my license like on the last week. So definitely this is a very good option, a very good opportunity for the people to try out Houdini, do some exploration based on some specific topics. So today the prompt is about toy. And today I don't want to take too much on this one because I am not a big fan when the challenge put you to work on weekends. Today I'm going to the cinema to watch Flow. So yeah, I want to make this one simple. Also, I want to finish a few other little surprises, or not surprises, a few other extra information that I want to share with you. Some toolkits that I am going to use, and that I always use when I use Houdini, like mobs, Redshift, that kind of things. So I am still organizing all of that information just to share it with you, maybe for tomorrow or on Monday. So let's see. Okay, toy. Toy is. I was just doing like a simple creative exploration of ideas by searching about different kind of toys on Pinterest. Yeah, actually, I like the idea about this kind of toys which are made of wood, like this one or this one. On the rules for this year is also allowed to use the Grayscale Gorilla assets. So I know that they have some models from how it is called, Happy Toolbox is the name of the library, which is pretty cool. As you can see it here, these buildings, they have a lot of stuff. So I think that maybe I can use some of them. I already have like a basic idea. I just forgot, but I didn't know about this library, but it is pretty abstract. So maybe not for today. I know that they have like a crane and a car. So I was thinking that maybe I can create like a composition. Maybe let me put some lines here in Houdini. Maybe a composition where something like this. Maybe we can have like a cliff maybe a crane like this, maybe like the car just drive until fall into the cliff. And then the crane will rescue the little car and put it again. I forgot to mention the rules. I have like my own sub rules, but it's something like I put as a challenge for myself, or the style that I I put on this on the challenge. I want to always create animations, a 5 seconds animation, tell a little story on 5 seconds, nothing more, nothing less. It can be figurative or abstract. Maybe I also want to do some this year. I want to explore some version of the renders with Toon, because maybe I can talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. Also create like a sort of little making of for the video. I do that all the time, or on my previous years, and show a lot of usage of the mobs toolkits and Redshift inside of Solaris, because I am like a believer or I always like to share or to demonstrate that actually Solaris is extremely powerful, not only for big teams, not all, necessarily for technical users. Of course, like everything in Houdini, if you have technical knowledge, you can take a lot of advantage of Houdini by implementing that. But the point of this is to show you that Solaris can be used in a simple way without feeling that you are on Pixar working in something very complex or doing the next Avengers movie. So yeah, that's the idea for today. So okay, well, let's start. Let's start with this. Let me find my, where is it? Okay, let's find the crane. Where is I forgot where is the, I think that here on the building blocks. Okay, yes, this is the crane, and maybe we can use this truck because the designing, I prefer this design than the car. Let's scroll a little bit more to see if there is another interesting one. Yeah, let's use this crane and also the dump truck. I'm not a big fan of how the Gresca Gorilla Studio send everything into Houdini, but well, that's what we have. Okay, here it is the crane. This is why I don't like it, because it imports everything using the, how it is called, the FBX scene import, which split everything into these pieces. But it's okay. I can live with that. And also send the truck. So we are ready with this. Maybe just copy the path from this thing. I also forgot that I have some music here to be put in the live. The idea is to have like a chill music meanwhile I am doing this. So yeah, just to make everything a little bit more interesting and not too boring. Okay, in theory, I believe that the volume is okay. So okay, let's continue with this. you know that it is valid to build a scene in the object context and then move everything into Solaris, but when the scene is very simple, I just prefer to do everything here in Solaris, so it's okay. It's there are some different what I was saying, different type of workflows, maybe. Here is the crane. Now, why I didn't use here in Solaris we have something called a scene import, where it will import everything from the object context, but I want to customize a few things, so yeah, that's why I prefer to import the file directly here. Just rename our objects on the scene. Maybe just combine all of them on the stage. And here we have our initial thing. When I work in Mardini projects, I use this tool is from the Audi tools. And it is very handy to organize the projects a lot of times. So I just use the Audi tool project selector to organize the Mardini scenes. So here I create the first entry, which is very good. Let me double check the naming that I use here. Okay. I create like a subfolder. Let me double check with the previous year. Yeah, because it creates the hierarchy from the folders that I use for Mardini. Of course, we have like the root path with everything, with all the scenes. Then every folder is related to each day inside of that folder, because sometimes I create different versions of from a same prompt. I just put a number in. Those subfolders are organized by number. So in this case will be like the 10 shot. As you can see here, it is already created. No, sorry, this is from the previous year. And this is already created. Now I just need to create the heap file, actually, to save it, because I already have the heap file. So okay, this will be March 01. But 20. I forgot the prompt. And this should be enough. It automatically will create, or should create, the versioning, but I believe that this time it didn't create it, the version. I don't know why, but it's okay. I can just create a new one manually like this. Okay. What will be the idea to create our scene? First of all, I am going to prepare the assets, and after that I probably am going to do the look development of the scene, and based on the time left, maybe I'm going to start the animation, because I will need to to close today maybe in around 45 minutes, something like that. But don't worry, let's start to work on this. First of all, everything here is the scale is off because it is created for for this, so we just need to fix everything by multiplying the scale 100 times below 1. Now let's explore what attributes that we have here. We have some FBX stuff that we don't need, and also the var map that we don't need either, so we can just delete that. We have a name. Now let's check our name. The good thing with Solaris is that the name attribute will be automatically translated into the scene. So now if I open this, I can see that the hierarchy, how is the entire hierarchy here. Probably what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename the parent to be called like Geo from geometry, and maybe also split the crane into groups. The groups, actually 3 with this part, just to have more control on the movement. So let's do that. I believe that I didn't select it correctly the other section. I was missing this button here. Okay, I'm checking that there are multiple nodes to work with the strings. Strings, remember, don't forget that the strings are the data type, which is text basically. But if I am honest with you, I don't know how to use them. So for example, if I want to rename the parent crane to Geo, I know how to do it with Vex. But also I have one new node. Maybe I'm going to show you that node for tomorrow. Let's do it the Vex version for today, which is actually pretty simple. Yes, I'm going to do a replace operation. So I forgot something. Of course, I also need to put the string. Yeah. There you go. The parent is now called Geo. Well, of course, now I need to do otra vez, sorry, again my splits. Okay, here we have the hook, the top section and the bottom section. Maybe we can do this on a simple way by just doing again a replace, but now I'm going to replace the geo again, but put the parent here, which will be book in this case. If I go outside, yeah, here we have the hook. Now let's just duplicate this thing. This will be the bottom, and this will be the top. Okay, now we have a nicer hierarchy at the moment to animate this thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, before continuing with the car, I want to also create a few attributes here. Maybe the crane can be made of wood, but we are going to need like an attribute to do some randomization. We can use the name, but I always prefer to have my custom attribute to do that. And that's pretty simple. We just need to create a connectivity node. Now we have the class attribute. We have class, we have the name. Yeah, I think that's enough for now. Just create an output node. And let's copy our first nodes to do the same operation on the truck. There you go, this is the truck. But of course I need to change the parent name. Just to reuse this node or maybe another entries, let's make this a little bit smart by creating up an UI parameter. There you go. And maybe add like a little pink color here. Let's also create the connectivity node to have the class attribute. And there you go. We are ready with this. Maybe, okay, here in Solaris, if you have a little bit of experience with Solaris, you will know that you have, well, like a lot of things in Houdini. You have multiple ways to continue to define your workflow. You can like I can continue working like this. I can maybe just do some USD cache from each asset and then load them back, which is the usual thing in production, if I'm honest with you. But because we're going to keep it simple, just leave it like this. Okay, now we need to create our cliff. Let's do it on a different subcreate node. I have no idea how we can create our cliff. Maybe a box, edit that box, something like that. I don't know. It should be three-dimensional. I will try to do like a, a cliff by just mixing some noises or something like that. Something that should be not too difficult to do. I know that there is one noise which is extremely cool to do like a terrains, but of course that I don't remember right now which one is that noise. The idea of the shot is to have something maybe like this. So this one maybe can work. Maybe at this point, maybe we can do another remesh and like a final layer of noise to have this. Okay, I think it is looking nice. So, well, I don't think that we are going to use the UV, but why not? Let's create some auto UVs. But it takes a lot of time. Maybe I just delete the UV. Well, some normals will be enough. Let's combine this with a merge. Why I am combining this with a merge? Because I just want to edit the transform individually in another stream here. So one of the best tips that I can share with you about Solaris is that when you select something on the scene graph tree, it's a geometry spreadsheet, but it is working right now as the scene graph tree. And press Shift and Enter, it will create automatically an edit node for the primitive that you created. So if I am here and press Enter, of course, to see the handles, I can more or less maybe also increase the scale. I can put the cliff here on this section. Maybe something like this. Okay, I think that it is time to create our camera. Maybe double check. Maybe we can aim to fit the cliff with the crane. So here it should work. Okay. Okay, let's create our camera. I always prefer to use the telephoto lens, so I just put a high focal length parameter. Especially because if this is a toy or a kind of toy world, okay, I also need to rotate the cliff. Maybe now move everything here. If this is a toy world, if we want to create like that sense of miniature world, a good combination is to have a high focal length lens and also a lot of depth of field. So that will help us with the sense of tiny world. Maybe just change the framing, maybe something like this, a little bit closer. Okay, this might work. Now let's start by I usually prefer to use the edit the X form of each primitive, but this time maybe I can also show you the edit loop. So basically it's like everything that I'm going to select, I can just start to moving. So it is pretty useful for a lot of times. Maybe I will need to extend the crane section because I want to have it here. Maybe also, of course, the truck should be looking something like this. Maybe. Well, let's put it right now on a perfect 90 degrees. but looks like that also we are going to flat a little bit the cliff. Okay, let's go back to the crane and just move some of the points. Maybe a little bit more. I can lock the viewport at this point and just to don't need to jump every time that I want to check the new length. Yes, maybe this can work. And now let's flat the cliff. Let's do it before the final remesh. I don't know if this node, which is called flatten, can work, but maybe yes. But also a little bit of fall off, maybe. Okay, this is way better than we had before. Maybe also add a smooth. And also maybe we can use the sculpt. No, but before the sculpt. No, it's okay. Just use the sculpt now to create some kind of mountains on the back section. I created an attribute called pivots, which is the bounding box of the object, because I want to add again another layer of noise, but I want to exclude the top section that I already flattened. Oh, this didn't work as I expect. Maybe don't use a multiply. Maybe I can use just a mix operation. And as you can see, the noise is working only on the bottom section. So maybe this one can have like a smaller frequency. Okay, yeah, this one can work. And now, of course, I need to move it a little bit up again. Okay. It works. Okay. I think that I have the base layout of the scene. Now let's start with the look development and then the animation. But again, probably I'm going to just to reach only the the initial version of the look development, because that's the time that we have for today live, and then I will finish the piece later at my night. Okay, before diving into the look development, I want to do some subdivision, render time subdivision. I think for everything, for the cliff, for the truck, and the crane. So if that's the case, we here in Solaris we use the render geometry node, render geometry settings node, to control that kind of properties in our meshes. So another important thing that I always use is the drag and drop directly here from the scene graph tree to the selection fields. That's the reason that I have my layout, my UI or desktop layout like this. So yeah, that's it. Maybe let's split a little bit this stream. Also, we can add a text. Maybe I can add also some clouds here on the background. That would be nice, but maybe for later. Okay, I believe that in this one maybe we can use the Redshift physical sky, which creates a nice looking gradient for the background. Yeah, maybe the crane can be made of wood material, the cliff a sort of ground mud material, and the truck, I don't know, I'm not sure yet about the truck, but let's start by just create also the Redshift physical sky. I believe the guide is inverted because it should be pointing downwards. And I hope that the stream doesn't goes down because of enable Redshift. Well, I think that the live is still working, so it's just me that I don't see anything, because yeah, definitely the physical sky angle was inverted by default. So okay, we have here, maybe we can rotate the sky like this one to have the shadows projected into the back, or maybe like this. Yeah, I prefer this angle because we have more volume into the cliff, so this should work better. Let's also extend a little bit the blue, the background. Okay. Okay, we are like a 80% done with the lighting from this one. Okay, let's start with the material. This one will be. I want to also share like another little pod for Solaris workflow. For example, if I split each process that when I'm building a scene, the ideal case scenario is to split the asset preparation. Split that process from the layout and from the lighting. This means that the material should be created at the top part of my stream and not below. But because I still have like everything here, it's okay. I can always go back anytime. So just put the material here from the cliff. Let's say here cliff material. Also rock material. And this is only a guide because I am not renaming here the material. So actually you don't need to pay attention to this. But okay, I have the crane and I just want to use another little tool that I have, which put automatically the parent here on the material library. So thanks to this, it is way easier to assign to organize, the scene. Again, this material is added here on this route, but I want to add it into the truck. Just right click, set as parent, and also I usually change materials from to MTL. The same here with the cliff. Right click and set as parent. I should update this tool, and when it's executed, should replace automatically the materials for MTL. Again, this is entirely dependent of the workflow that you want to have on when you are working in Solaris. I can just create like my materials on the scene, like a global materials for the scene, which is more or less how, for example, how Cinema 4D works. But if I want to export the every asset, the material should travel with the assets. So it is a good practice to put the materials for the assets directly inside of the assets. So, but yeah, of course, for example, I can, if I am going to create clouds, I can just leave here the clouds. So it's okay. It's entirely up to you. Okay. The crane, the truck, and the cliff. Maybe add like a reference color for the cliff. Maybe, of course, something brown. Of course, I need to assign the material. It is very yellow. No, actually reddish. It'll be more yellow. Okay, something like this. Now create maybe a layer of max and noise. You need to keep in mind that right now it's like a bit lagged because of the stream, because I actually doing the live at 4K, and that consumes a big chunk of the GPU. So, and also Redshift is a very GPU hungry tool. So here we are working the best that we can, because, well, that's the thing to work with GPU render engines. I believe that Grayscale really have some clay materials, actually. Maybe that can look better. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one looks good. Let's wait a little bit for download. And this little button is new. Send with the planar projection. Okay, definitely we need that. Let's lock our render, delete the material created by the GSG Studio, send it again. And also an important thing is to convert this. You know what? It's actually don't need it. I can just steal the nodes, because they should be inside of a USD container, not the Redshift common material. It is black. Who knows why? Maybe I need to switch this into subnet connector. Actually, I don't see the triplanar nodes here. So maybe that feature is not working correctly yet. I don't know. So I'm going to use another script that I have from a Redshift toolkit that I want to share anytime soon, which just add triplanars in front of everything. Let's organize this thing a little bit. Shit. It should be only. I was clicking Shift L to organize only the selected, but I was at the inverse thing, because only L organize the selected nodes. Okay, here we have our clay. Also, let's change the diffuse model to Lambertian spheres. Also add a color correction. Maybe increase the gamma a little bit. That's okay, I like it. What else? What else? And of course, we need displacement. Now, at this point, maybe we can just delete the cliff from our subdivision group and control the subdivision for the cliff individually. enable the tessellation. And of course the displacement also. Maybe increase the maximum displacement. Don't know. I didn't have the correct selection here. Okay, maybe let's visualize. I usually, when I use displacement, I like to connect the wireframe shader to have an idea of the subdivision density that we are getting with Redshift, and yeah, definitely it is very low. But it should be more, maybe for the distance of the camera. I don't know. Let's restart the render to confirm that. Okay, it is a little bit more dense. Maybe reduce the minimum edge. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, now at this level, definitely we should have a nice looking displacement. And it is taking a lot of time to process. I like it, but I still feeling that it should be more noticeable. Let's visualize the displacement directly. There you go. There is something is broken here with the scale of the displacement. Okay, definitely now I have displacement. That's why I don't like that the Grayscale Gorilla Studio doesn't support Redshift USD materials yet. I don't know. A few times ago, I edited their script to import materials. I shared a proposal to them, but it wasn't considered at that time. I don't know if they are going to include it at any moment. I don't know. Okay. I like it. It is way better like this. Maybe we should increase the tiling a little bit. Okay. Epa, Manuel. Maybe also change the offset a little bit. Okay, yeah, this one can work. Maybe also increase the scale a little bit again. No, I don't like it. I prefer the previous. You know what? I'm going to return to the previous style that I have. See what happens if I offset the y-axis. Okay, definitely I prefer this one. I believe that, or I like if it is a little bit more, or has a little bit more roughness. Maybe just connect the color correct. Maybe I'm a little bit exaggerated with the subdivision because it is taking a lot of time to give me each iteration. I'm going to disable the displacement. This is one of the advantages from Solaris. So it's like at this point I have like all my settings ready, and now maybe I can just create like another render geometry settings which control the displacement of the cliff only, so it will be more easy to just enable and disable the displacement on different moments of the stream. Hey Terry, what's up, man? I know, but we are going to need those million of polygons of the subdivision. Because Redshift is still better, man. And Karma doesn't want to start on my system. Okay, I just leave the displacement disabled. Maybe add a little color here. This, and also restart the render session to make sure that displacement is disabled. Okay, what time is it? It is almost my my hour to go, but yeah, let's do a few other things. Maybe I want to add like a little fill light on the back of the cliff. Of course, that it should be disabled for camera. And of course that it should be also behind the cliff, something like this. So we have this fill light more interesting here. And change the temperature a little bit. Okay. Okay, I like it. Now let's find a wood material very quickly. Use for this one. This is model, sorry. Let's find the wood materials. Unfinished woods. Which one can work for the crane? Maybe this one. No, this one. The oak unfinished. Let's send it to houdini. Yeah, the triplanar nodes definitely doesn't want to appear. Okay, now they appear correctly. Let's go to the crane material again. Rename this just for a better organization. Definitely is a good practice. Sorry, let's delete this. It is a good practice to name everything on your resin. And thanks to all the tools, we can convert the basic material into a USD material. So I don't think that we need the displacement for the wood. So I'm just going to just delete it or disconnect it. And of course, I need to assign the material to the crane. Hi, Vero. Okay, let's do some interesting thing here. First of all, let's fix the color a little bit, maybe with a color correction. Okay, I like it. Also, later I will need to change the hook material, so maybe just assign the material to the bottom and top section. If I drag and drop it correctly, of course. And delete the first. No, I need I need the parent. Okay. Which will be the best way to randomize the texture? Solaris is the best because you have more interactivity, Terry. You should know that. Okay, but actually, I want to add some randomness on the rotation of the wood for the crane, but actually I think that it won't be necessarily because we don't see it like a close enough to have it. Maybe we can just create like a random randomization on the colors of the pieces and close the streaming with that. So later I will finish the truck and do the animation. You arrived late to the party, Terry. Here, I already created the connectivity node to create the randomization on the material. Well, yeah, of course, you know how it is. That's the secret sauce for all our stuff. Maybe I want to create like an additional fill light for the crane. Maybe something like this. Another good thing for the lights in Solaris is that we have the controls, the viewport controls for the light. So yeah, I like it like this one. And okay, and just for now, I'll do the final step with the randomization. I have this other script called Redshift user data, and I can just load the attribute here directly, but also it can create the Redshift jitter node automatically for you. So with some random seeds, which is very powerful. I want to label this as a base color correction and create another color correct, which will be the one in charge to do the randomizations. Put rand color. Okay, and now just create a range node. Maybe just need. I'm going to use it only for the level and the gamma. I don't know. Well, I already have it here. Maybe I can try another seed. And also a better range, maybe something between 0.8 and 1.2, which is basically a randomization of 20%, but maybe a little bit more. This is like a very subtle detail, but these kind of details are the one that definitely adds more magic for every render. Okay, I like this one, but I'm going to reduce the base level of everything. Maybe something like 85. Maybe I can create another random for the hue. And the hue will be something between 350 and 360. So basically it should oscillate just a little bit between red and yellow. And there you go. I like it. It can work like this one. Now let's create the other materials for the hook. I don't know if the tip of the hook can have the same material from the for the rope, but let's see how a metal material can work for that. Okay, I like the metal material for the hook, but for the rope, I'm going to do a darker material to have a correct visibility in front of our blue background. So I'm going to create another material. This will be the rope. And another good tip is that I can also drag and drop materials here directly on the scene graph tree. Just to make sure that it is working, I'm going to enable the emission. Yeah, I can see it here. So this should be like maybe a black material or a dark gray material without specular, because it will or maybe something a little bit of like a 0.5 and a little bit brighter. And regarding the hook, maybe we can also put it a little bit more dark, but not too much. Okay, sure, Terry. I can do like a little breakdown before I go, which is like right now. Okay, let me reorganize this a little bit. Maybe let's put this to cook on a full resolution with a little bit more samples, because this has anything, sorry. And also enable displacement. And restart the render. Okay, I believe that I did, I don't know, maybe around 1 hour of live. So for this one, the today prompt is toy. I decided to do something simple for this one, so I decided to base it on some reference from Pinterest. I like this kind of wood toy, like this one or this one. This capybara is pretty good also, but it's not that wood. It's not made of wood. So okay, the render is extremely fast. So I just imported some models from the Grayscale Gorilla library, which is allowed this year to be used. Only those are the only assets that we can use this year, models and materials. This year we can't use any other thing. Let me save this snapshot into the render gallery. No, I can't model a copy. I am too noob for that. Okay, now that I have my snapshot, I can show in the viewport all the details that I made. okay, here in subs, I just imported the model. I prefer that because if I import the models with the default method from the GSG Studio, they are imported like with the same method with the importing if FBX scene, which create like this kind of subnetwork and everything created on multiple geometry nodes, which I don't like to use. I know that we can import that later with the scene import node in Solaris, but I want to have, because, well, of course, this is a very simple model, and I also want to do some edits on the model. So, of course, the first one is to fix the scale by just multiplying everything by 0.01. Delete some unused. Sorry, I broke this thing. I imported everything and deleted some attributes. I also renamed the hierarchy just to put the geo parent group in top of everything. After that, I also created some splits to add some parents to make some groups to split, which is hook, which is the top part, and the bottom part. So I ended up with this. Where is it? With this organization. So the geo, the bottom, the hook, and the top section, which will be useful at the moment when I'm going to animate the top part to animate the hook, because the idea behind this concept is the car will appear in the shot, will fall into the cliff, and the crane will kind of rescue the car by using the hook and put the car again by safety, and that should be a loop, an animated loop. So that's the idea that I want to do. I also added the connectivity node to have the attribute to make some randomization, and I also extended this part of the crane. So that's how it is. I did the same thing for the truck, but way simple, because I only renamed the hierarchy. And for the cliff I just improvised a cliff with a very quickly method. No, this year you can't use even free assets from Texture Heaven or something like that. You can only use assets from the how it is called, the content library from side effects, which is not the biggest one, and the GSG assets. You can't use any other asset. What else? That's what the people is saying, but you can also use the terrible texture for... Actually, also, the AMD textures from... that are can be used too, but yeah, definitely those materials are horrible. Okay, this is the cliff. It's like a cube. I created some bevel, start to add some remeshing. I smoothed the entire geometry of the cliff, added a first layer of noise, another layer of noise. I deformed the entire cliff with the lattice node. Used also the flatten node to make the top part more flat, because I was having too many overlaps with the truck. I smooth everything. I sculpt. This is like my bigger sculpt process. I added like these little, I don't know, mountains, something like that, into this section, and the final layer of noise. So this is how I created the cliff. After that is like it's just the look development stage where I used the clay material from GSG and the wood material. So this is the result for now. I'm going to leave this live at this point, but yeah, it will be. I don't need to finish too much things now. I'm going to do the the look development for the truck, and after that the animation. Depending on the time, maybe I can add a little bit of effects on them. But let's see. So thank you guys for being here on this first live. The idea is, that's the idea. I will try to accomplish the plan, but the idea will be to do a live of the process for every piece of the Mardini, but maybe a live of 1 hour, 2 hours at least. But maybe I won't do the entire animation on the live, but just to share some techniques and tricks for every entry for the challenge. So that's it. I hope you like it. So see you tomorrow. Let me configure something here. Okay, that's it. Bye bye. Have a good day. Hope you like it. I will leave the recording on my YouTube channel in case you want to check it.